Hey everyone, if you're aiming for that top score on the IELTS, you already know that your grammar has to be sharp. Well, today, we're going to focus on one of the most important skills you need, building really powerful, complex sentences. So, let's open up the toolbox and get started.
So, what's the big secret, right? How do some people make their writing and speaking just sound so much more advanced and fluent? Do you have to memorize a giant, complicated rulebook?
Well, the truth is, it's way simpler than you might think. It's not some hidden secret at all. It's all about having a few powerful tools in your pocket and knowing exactly when and how to use them. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build that toolkit together.
First up, let's grab the tools for showing contrast. Now, this is absolutely essential for building sophisticated arguments, because it shows the examiner you can look at an issue from more than one angle. Let's start with a real classic, although. Its job is simple, but so powerful. It takes two ideas that kind of seem to contradict each other, and it just smoothly connects them into one impressive sentence. And the best part? The blueprint for using it is super easy. Seriously, think of it like a formula. You start with although, then you pop in the contrasting idea, add a comma, and finish with your main point. That's it.
Okay, let's see how this works in the real world. In that first example, the contrast is obvious. Great public transport, but people still drive. The second one shows a surprising result, passing the exam even without much studying. And with the last one, we're contrasting the high price with the amazing food. See how that adds a layer of sophistication? All right, next up in our contrast kit is the word while. This little tool is perfect when you want to compare two different things side by side, or show two parallel situations that are in direct opposition. The structure here is pretty intuitive. You usually put one idea first, then use while to introduce the second, contrasting idea. It creates this really nice, balanced feeling in the sentence, almost like you're weighing two things on a scale.
Take a look at these examples. We're putting city life right up against country life, or an outgoing personality against a shy one, and a slow part of a movie versus an action-packed one. While makes that comparison totally clear and direct.
Okay, now let's zoom in a bit, because knowing the subtle difference here is what really pushes your score up. Think of although as meaning despite the fact that. It often introduces a surprising obstacle. While, on the other hand, is more like in contrast. It's for a balanced side-by-side comparison. Choosing the right one makes your writing so much more precise. All right, let's move on to our third contrast tool, despite. This one has a specific little rule that if you use it correctly, really makes your grammar shine.
So here's the deal with despite. It does the same job as although. It shows a contrast, but, and this is the important part, it has a special grammatical requirement. You must follow it with either a noun or a verb ending in ing.
And here are the two basic patterns, laid out super clearly. You can say despite the noun, like the heavy traffic, or you can say despite verbing, like feeling unwell. Simple as that. Let's see it in some full sentences. Despite the rain, yep, rain is our noun. Despite having a busy schedule, there's our verb ing form, and again with despite studying all night. You know, using despite correctly is a huge signal to the examiner that you're a high-level English user.
Okay, amazing. We've got contrast down. But, you know, a great argument isn't just about showing two sides of a coin. It's also about explaining things clearly. And for that, we need the most fundamental tool of all.
And that tool, of course, is because. This is the absolute foundation for building logical arguments. It answers the most important question you can ask, why? It's the word that connects a result to its reason, which is really the backbone of any good explanation. And the formula for this one couldn't be easier. But man, is it powerful. You just state the result, or the situation, and then you use because to tell us the reason why. It's cause and effect all wrapped up in one clean sentence. And you can see it perfectly here. Why do people move to urban areas? Because there are more job opportunities. Now, notice that second one uses because of before a noun phrase, because of unforeseen technical issues. And why did she pick that university? Because of its famous program. It's all about explaining the why. Simple, logical, and absolutely essential for a high score. So there you have it. 4 incredible tools to take your sentences from simple to complex and really elevate your IELTS score. Now it's your turn to start building. Let's do a super quick recap of your new toolkit.
Use although when there's a surprising contrast. Use while for those side-by-side comparisons. Grab despite when you're using a noun or a verbing. And of course, use because to explain that all-important reason why. So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Think about a sentence you could write right now for your practice. Which one of these tools are you going to use first to make it stronger, more complex, and more impressive? And always remember this as you practice. You're not just stating facts. You're building an argument. You're building an explanation. You are a builder. Use these tools, practice with them, and you'll be building Band 7+ answers in no time at all. Good luck.